Hello and welcome back to Adeiza Explain. Here at Adeiza Explain, we explain mathematics to be easy, make it fun and simple. And we are going to be looking at differentiation. Differentiation is one of the aspects of calculus that students do find very difficult and scary. Trust me, if you stay with me today, after this video, you are going to see it very easy. Now, first and foremost, what is differentiation? Differentiation is simply the rate of change of a function. So we said differentiation is the rate of change of a function. Now, okay, let's say for instance, you are asked to look for the differentiation and the rate of change of a car at a particular position. So the rate of change of that car could be in respect to time. So, and you know, distance over time gives you what? Speed. Now, why the rate of change of speed is acceleration, right? Good. Now, there are some general rules or some rules you need to understand when doing differentiation. Unlike we have the power rule, which I also call the general formula. The power rule is given as if you have y equals to ax raised to the power of n. So where this a here is the coefficient of x, while n is the power of x. Now, when you are asked the y, the x here will be what? The product of the power, that is a multiplied by n x raised to the power of n minus 1. Then subtract 1 from the power. So this will give you the power rule or the general formula in solving differentiation questions. For example, differentiate a y equals to 3x cubed, b y equals to 2x raised to the power of 4. So what you do is this. Now applying the power rule. So remember we said our power rule is what? an x raised to the power what? N minus 1. So our dy dx will now be our a. For here our a is equals to 3, while our n also, this is our a and this is our n. Our n also equals to 3. Now I will have anx raised to the power n minus 1. A 3 times n, 3, x raised to the power 3 minus 1. We have 3 times 3, that is 9x raised to the power what? 3 minus 1, that is 2. We have 9x squared. So I hope you understand this. Now let's look at the second question. So the b says y equals to 2x raised to the power 4. Also here our a is equals to 2, while our n equals 4. Now here dy over dx will be 2 multiplied by 4 x raised to the power 4 minus 1. Remember our general rule, which is an x raised to the power n minus 1. So 2 times 4, which will be 8x 4 minus 1, 3. That is 8x cubed. So this gives us the answer. So now, I believe if you follow from the beginning to this, you will understand. Now, moving on. Okay, now if you are asked to differentiating polynomial, differentiating polynomial. Now, before this, what you must understand when you are differentiating power is this, that you know the coefficient, you multiply it by the power and subtract the power by 1. That is, you subtract 1 from the power. We multiply the coefficient by the power and subtract 1 from the power. That is that. Now, differentiating polynomial. For example, you have y equals to 3x raised to the power, let's say 3x raised to the power 3 plus 2x raised to the power 3 plus x plus 5. Good. Okay. Now, when you are differentiating this, or when you are differentiating a polynomial, you differentiate term by term. What I mean by term is this. This is a term. This 3x cubed here is a term. This 2x cubed here, sorry. This here, I mean 2x squared. This 2x squared here is a term. This x here is a term, and this 5 here is also a term. Now, the y over the x would be, now, applying our general rule in this 3x cubed, that will be 3 times 3x raised to the power 3 minus 1 plus, here we said multiply it by the power. So we have 2 times 2 x raised to the power 2 minus 1 plus, here 1 times 1, or 1 times x raised to the power 1 minus 1 plus, now the differentiation of a constant is 0. Note it. Differentiation of a constant is what? 0. Good. Now, moving on. We have 3 times 3. We have 9x cubed plus 4x. Sorry, 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. That is 9x squared. Now here, 2 minus 1 is what? 1. Plus 1 times x is x. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. X raised to the power 0. 0. So, now we have 9x squared plus x raised to the power 1 is still x. So we have 4x plus x raised to the power 0 is what? 1. So, this is it. I believe you understand how we do this. So, okay, now let's move on. Let's look at differentiation of sum. Differentiation of sum. Differentiation of sum is just like differentiation of polynomial. So that is, if u, v, and w are functions of a term, let's say x, then For instance, if you have y equals to 2x raised to power 2 plus, let's say, 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4. So this becomes our u, v, and w. Now we have our dy dx is equals to du over dx plus dv over dx plus dw over dx. That is, we have du dx is what? 3 times 2, which is 6x squared, plus 2 times 3, which is 6x plus 0. That will be 6x squared plus 6. So you can leave it as this, or you can proceed to say 6 into x squared plus 1. Is that clear? So now, in differentiation, what I want you to understand is this, that firstly, the differentiation is the rate of change of function, 1. 2, that when you are differentiating, you multiply the x by the power and subtract 1 from the power. Is that clear? 3, that differentiating a constant is equal to 0. So I don't want to make this video long. If you have a question, please do drop it in the comment section. Please, if you enjoy it till this time, please comment, share, and follow.